Hey guys, Minus here, doing a video review of my new G&G TR4 CQB-S, made by Gmg. This is their Top Tech Series AG, which is their highest line. If you guys can see, not really. Okay. Anyway, first thoughts about the gun. As you can see, I've already done some cosmetic modifications, put on some different accessories, sight. Out of the box, the gun is, full metal, great feel to it. Crane stock with your standard, I've got a 9.6 volt nunchuck in here. To access the battery, you basically just pop off this rubber cap here. There's two little tiny tabs right in here. You kind of just gotta pinch them. Little snug. That little cap pops off, and then you've got this little triangle piece at the top that comes off, and you have access to your battery right there. Now, the rifle did come with this guide in it. I have no clue. I spent hours trying to figure out how to keep this in the stock and be able to retract the stock all the way. The issue I was having is I put it in, everything fit fine when the stock's out fully extended, and then when you would try and retract it, when you get about to the fourth or third setting, the battery would be trying to push out the back. Like you could actually see the back cap was being, like it would be bending out like this, because I'm like, why isn't this, retracting? And it's because basically all the wiring was getting caught up on this this guide. I literally even spent 10 minutes putting it together, so all the little cables go into these little tiny divots and stuff here, and then it was like, oh, there we go, it works. But then I'd pull it out once, and then boom, it gets stuck again. So I honestly don't know. Maybe you guys can fill me in on how you're supposed to get this in there. The issue not having it in there is you do get the battery rattles a little bit. Again, that's not with all your other gear. Like, this is minimal. This is not going to be the thing you hear when you're running around. Like, if I keep it, locked at my shoulder anyway, you can't hear it at all. Anyway, that was really the only thing out of the box that I had an issue with. So maybe something to keep in mind if you guys pick this model up, or maybe even any Crane. I don't know if that's standard on Crane stocks. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. This is not the mag that came with the gun. It comes with, comes with your standard high cap, which, nobody likes this. This is not cool. It's great for like being able to play a full game right out of the box. Obviously, I understand that. So just paying, I think this was about $4.50 Canadian. Again, it did not come with the knockoff Leopold sight. It had a vertical grip on here, which I'm going to get to that in a second. This is the current setup I was running at Commando this last weekend. It's more my outdoor setup. I like the angle grip, which is a bit loose. I got this off of Wish. This is also a replica Leopold sight. The real one does not have white lettering. It's got black lettering. This sight also has green and red dot, or green and red dot, a green red dot. A green dot or a red dot with 5 settings. The real steel one is only red, I believe, with 10 settings. I could be wrong about that. And the real one's also about $1,100, $1,200. This was $50 off of Wish. Wish is basically like a eBay type store. Most of the stuff's coming from Asia. It's pretty much all knockoffs, but honestly for airsoft it works great. These are they're sort of like a rubbery plastic. They just kind of peel off. So, I mean, it just kind of give it like a nicer two-tone look to it. Super easy. Again, I also got these off Wish for probably less than $5. They just snap on. They're super snug. They have like a good kind of, almost like a rubber texture to them. So it's a little bit more grippy than just like metal, especially if your hands get sweaty, that kind of thing. Angled grip, also got off Wish. This one, it's loose, so basically it's clicking between like that little tiny slot in the weaver mount. It's got like a little pull through it, obviously, just the same way any other mount, except I guess it's too small, so it literally slides between the two slots. That it's just or the slot that it's in, it's literally hitting one edge than the other edge. Obviously, again, if you're like locked in, like, well, that's this, sorry, but like you're not going to hear this. Obviously, if you're holding it, it's not moving, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, so this is my outdoor loadout that I had going. Do I have my screwdriver right here? I'll show you guys. So the gun comes with a vertical grip. Oh no. Almost lost the tiny little hex nut there, which is the other side of what I'm unscrewing. So, oh, come on. Of course it's giving me difficulty while I'm recording, because why wouldn't it, right? There we go. So, sorry, yeah, so that just, I mean, it just slides in, and as you guys see, that little notch in there, that's where the little, basically this bolt slides through, and it sits in between a rail like that, except it's too small, so as you can see, it's got room to move up and down, which is why it's rattling. So, I mean, I'll figure out a way to jimmy rig that, no problem. So the gun came with a vertical grip, which is how I run when I'm playing indoors. So I'll throw this on. I've also got my attack light I bought off Amazon. It's a Cree LED. Again, so just peel this off. No big deal. Loosen that baby up. Actually, I had it on the other side to keep it a little bit nicer, which I will show you guys in a second, but I mean, you guys get the idea. So then I'd be rocking, well, that strobe though. But anyway, I would have this all tucked nicely into the rails here to keep it out of the way and everything like that. But rocking indoors with a flashlight, it's almost necessary. I was playing at Soloki a few weeks ago, and when you come, like, people, it's so easy to just hold down a doorway. So come around the corner with that strobe on, people don't even know if you're shooting at them. Like, there were times where I'd be empty and I would just put it on full auto and come around like that shooting, and people fucking duck. So it definitely works out well for sure. I would definitely recommend, if you're gonna play any indoors anywhere, you need to get yourself a flashlight. Even the outdoor field I was just playing at, Commando, on the weekend, there's some sea containers and stuff, some buildings that you would go into, and it was quite dark, like surprisingly dark in there. Again, going to the field for the first time, I didn't think I would need the flashlight being an outdoor field, and I probably didn't in the end. The amount of time I spent on the indoors, I really could have just avoided the indoors entirely and not, just played more on the outdoor side of things, which is what I did. And there really wasn't much CQB fighting at all. But anyway, we're getting off track. But yeah, these are super nice. They just kind of snap on, like they just click in, boom. Gives you a really nice two-tone look. I might paint these to match these G&G Mags, which they actually match the color it came in, except I painted the stock. I bought like some Krylon Fusion plastic paint, and I liked the lighter kind of color, so I painted just the bottom half so that it wouldn't give me any issues loading the mags into the mag well. That is one issue that I had. Again, this has nothing to do with the gun. The gun itself did not come with these mags, but these are G&G mags, and I had nothing but issues with them for a few reasons. Actually, let's go over the positive. Positive first, these are super nice, they're really like a good polymer, very sturdy, like there's no rattling, like everything's really snug on here. It's got the extra guide here to push every last BB into your gun, so you don't have like the old school mags where you'd be firing and you're empty and you pull it out and like 3-4 BBs fall out on the ground. Like that doesn't happen. That's the point of that guide there, just to push up in there and make sure every fucking BB gets in there, which is great. So now the downside of it, which I can showcase more on my older G&G, is these mags, and these are G&G mags made, it even says, made specifically for G&G rifles. This is my old GR16, something, I don't know, this gun's like 14 years old or something like that. Just to show you how snug. So, there you go. So that's in now. So if you're firing, hit the mag release, nothing. Okay, let's pull, nothing. That is ridiculous how tight that is. So basically after loading and unloading the mags a whole bunch, I mean, looks like the polymer's getting scraped down a bit, and I guess after testing on this gun, actually the inside of the mag well is getting scraped down a bit, because this is on my older G&G and it is tight as balls. Of course, it is nice and snug. Even on my new TR4, it is super snug. It's still amazing. Like zero rattle whatsoever, which is amazing. You get some of those other AEGs where you slap your mag in and it's fucking just wobbling all over the place. Like that's not cool. I mean, you risk breaking it too because of all the movement. But the fact that if you're in an emergency reload and A, I can't even drop my mag, and B, like, I don't know if you guys can see, like, I'm not joking how hard that is to pull out. Like, I'm full on. Like, you would almost need to tuck this to pull that out. And that's ridiculous. Like, these mags were made for these guns, and they should not have been anywhere near that tight, in my opinion. The other issue is getting lots of misfeeds. This is new to me. After contacting G&G, they said it was common for newer mags. Basically, the spring inside the mag is so strong that when I load this into my gun, it jams like 6 BBs up into the gun past the hop up, so that when I fire my first round, nothing comes out. Fire my second round, nothing comes out. Third round, maybe like 3 or 4 BBs shoot out the end in like a shotgun that goes about 8 feet and right onto the ground. Basically, the only way I could get it to start feeding is I would have to go full auto, fire off like a 5-6 round burst, and then, so now I'm down, let's say 15 shots before it starts feeding properly. So one thing I'm going to try and do, the guy, they recommended like, only load the mags to 3/4. And I'm like, that's not a solution at all. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to load these up with BBs, fill them up with BBs and just leave it loaded. And hopefully that helps weaken the spring a bit, so that I don't have that issue anymore, because that is kind of ridiculous. Going back to the gun, sorry, we started at the stock, then we got totally sidetracked. Full metal body, the selector switch is very crisp, very nice. It doesn't there's no slide, accidentally flipping it over to something. The hop up accessed through pulling back the charging handle, and you can then press in the bolt catch, and that will then lock back the bolt which gives you access to your standard wheel style hop up, forwards for more hop, make your BB go up, backwards for less hop. And then you can just slap your bolt release and she slides back forward. This is actually an EBB, so electric blowback. So every time you pull the trigger, this fake bolt basically moves a little bit just to try and give you more of that like realistic kind of feel. It only moves about half an inch or something. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. I think it's moving too fast. But really, it's only coming back to about here. It's basically just doing that. A lot of people don't like that feature. You know, it puts extra strain on the motor, or like you're going to drain your battery faster because you're basically just asking your battery to do more work for every shot. I think it's kind of cool. It gives a little bit of recoil, like nothing compared to gas blowback. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, maybe like an extra 5-10% of that kick, kind of, and it does make it louder because you hear this part snapping back and forth. I don't know. I like it. It's kind of a neat feature. By all means, not necessary, but yeah. Going towards the front, the rail system is super solid, very nice. Like no rattle at all. Like it's very impressive how tight and just well built this gun is. You got your standard 14 mil clockwise thread, not counterclockwise, which is more common, I believe. Taking it off to reveal. Eventually, we will reveal. Just to show you guys about where the inner barrel ends, and about how much distance you have to the threads. If you guys can see, so the threading is about down here. So you can mount another silencer. Be very careful on how much room you have though on the inside, because I had actually purchased. I ended up throwing it on my sniper rifle, but I had actually purchased a really cool honeycomb hex silencer. This guy here. Which I was going to put up in here, but the diameter of the silencer is about 1 millimeter, maybe even 0.5 millimeter too big, so I wasn't able to do it, so I had to stick this baby back in. I mean, I still like it. There's no issues with it. I just, I don't know, I like buying accessories, changing up, making your gun unique to you. Yeah, so anyway, I bought all the accessories on Wish. You're looking at like 4 to 8 week delivery. Don't buy it if you're in a rush for stuff. It's like an eBay, but pretty reliable. If you don't get your stuff, you basically just say, hey, give me a refund. They give you your money back. There has been the odd time. I think actually this angle grip that I had on here when the video first started, I ordered it about 8 weeks later. I still had not received it yet, so I sent them an email. I said, hey, still haven't received it. They gave me my money back, and then like 3 weeks later it showed up. I mean, this thing was I think I only paid like $4 for it, but I mean, technically I got it for free in the end. I mean, worth it, waiting 13 weeks. I don't know. Would you rather have just gotten it in like a week, paid $20, $30 off Amazon, maybe? I mean, everybody's different. I try to save money on the accessories just so I can buy more guns. But if you guys have any questions about it, let me know. So far, loving it. One thing to mention is it's quite heavy. I do not have my scale near me, but I'd say it's probably about 8 pounds. I mean, it's full metal with the battery, mag, especially I think I got some accessories on it too. but it's not light. So I mean, if you're a younger guy or smaller guy and you're planning on running this for like a whole weekend or something, like a weekend op, like keep in mind it might start to get a little heavy. But yeah, all in all, I'd give it, the gun itself, I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10. The only issue again being the guide, which again, maybe I'm just not doing it right. But let me know. All my other issues had to do with the mags technically, which didn't have anything to do with the gun. So I can't really go anything against the gun, but that is against G&G, because I mean they even listed on their mag it's like works best with our AEGs, but hey, guess what, guys? It doesn't. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, send me a message. If you want some links to where I picked up some of the accessories, let me know and I'll post them in for you guys. And I'll see you on the next review. Have a good one, eh?